Hey guys, I'm Erik Peterson, and I'm a men's dating and relationship coach for skillofattraction.com. And today's attraction tips video is called Should I Buy My Girlfriend Gifts? Now, a lot of you who I've been talking to lately have been telling me about how much you've been showering your girl with gifts and flowers and similar things. And while there's nothing wrong with giving your girl gifts per se, it must be done in moderation. So many men are always giving their girl gifts and flowers and chocolates and material things, and sometimes even giving them money to help pay the bills. While that's very sweet and thoughtful on the surface, you have to understand the message that you're actually sending her when you do these sort of things. So in this attraction tips video, I'm going to be discussing whether or not you should be buying your girl gifts, when it is and is not appropriate, the message that you're communicating when you're showering her with gifts, and how to handle gift giving altogether. But if you guys have any questions, please feel free to send me an email. All you have to do is head over to my website at skillofattraction.com, click on the contact tab, and shoot me a message from there. All I ask is that you keep your questions and messages to me rather short and to the point. Really just 1 to 2 paragraphs max. Otherwise, I'm just not going to have time to read through them all. But I will get back to you as soon as I can in either a written response or a video response where I will keep your personal information private. But I do have to take care of my paying clients first. So if you're just a little patient, right now the wait time is about 2 weeks, give or take a few days. But if you need to get in touch with me right away, or you want to dive deeper into your situation, the best way to do that is, again, head over to my website at skillofattraction.com, click on the coaching tab, and there you'll see I have several options for you to choose from. I offer emergency email coaching that includes a response from me on weekends and holidays, and I also offer bi-weekly and monthly coaching where I will work with you throughout that time period. And additionally, I offer phone coaching for my US clients. Now, if you're outside the US, I will have something for you guys sometime in the future in terms of Skype or phone coaching, but for right now, email coaching is the way to go. And I will post a link to both my contact page and my coaching page in the description down below. Now, first, it's important to understand what you're communicating when you're showering your girl with gifts. And she could receive the message in a couple of different ways. While she may enjoy the gifts at first, eventually she's going to start seeing this as either you are compensating for something that you don't have, like you feel she won't like you for who you really are, so you have to buy her all these gifts and give her money so she likes you, or as a bribe for her love, sex, and affection. Now, either way, you're setting the tone for the relationship by giving her all these gifts. And yes, flowers and expensive dinners and vacations fall in this category as well. And I've actually done a video about how it's the man's job to set the tone of the relationship. And by doing things this way, she's going to come to expect all these gifts and fancy dinners and vacations for the entirety of the relationship. And not only that, but she's going to start taking full advantage of your generosity. And when she comes across something that she likes or she wants, she's going to, subtly be suggesting that you buy this for her. Probably boosting up a little bit by saying how much she would love you for it. And if you don't buy it for her, she may start pouting. And most men are going to expect something in return for spending all this money on her. Essentially, the relationship turns into a transactional one. You buy her gifts, take her out to fancy dinners and events, give her money, and in return, you're expecting her to give you love and sex. And the funny thing is, both men and women think this is how relationships work. And it may work in your relationship, but that love and sex, it will never be genuine. As I just mentioned, it will be totally transactional. And do you really want love and sex from a woman that you had to buy? I mean, isn't that pretty much prostitution? Look, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be buying your girl gifts or take her out to a restaurant where you could wine her and dine her and treat her like your queen. I mean, that's something that you should do in order to make her feel special. And you do have to make your girl feel special. But you just want to do it every once in a while. You want to do it in moderation, and you only want to do it when it's something genuine and from your heart. You just want to make sure that it is truly from your heart and not use it as some sort of way to get her attention or her approval or win her love. I mean, believe me, women know the difference when you're doing something from the heart as opposed to doing something as a bribe or just simply groveling. And when you do it from your heart, it actually means something to her. I mean, she's going to appreciate you, appreciate you, and love you even more because of it. Now, of course, I'm not talking about those days when a gift or a nice night out on the town is expected, such as birthdays or Christmas or Valentine's Day or whatever. I'm talking about all those days in between. So if and when you go to give your girl a gift or flowers or take her out to a nice restaurant, you want to do it when it's completely unexpected. In other words, going out to buy her some jewelry because you pissed her off or something like that isn't going to work the way that you think it will, nor is it necessary. Or those times when you're rejected by a girl or she's pulling away from you and you send her a dozen roses to her work. I mean, that's really just pathetic supplication, and it's only going to turn her off more. You want to save those gifts for when you're actually feeling something, when you're actually feeling the love for her. I mean, it's much like women aren't going to be showering you with her affection when she's not feeling it. And you also want to think about what kind of gifts you're giving her. I mean, what's better than a gift, buying her a gift from the heart? That would be a gift from the heart that's using your creativity. I mean, as an example, one time I made a jigsaw puzzle for a girlfriend of mine. I made it from hand, and I used one of her favorite photos of us. And I went out and I bought a cloth pouch with a drawstring, and I put all the puzzle pieces in there, and then I sent her this pouch full of all the pieces off to her anonymously. So there were no instructions with it or anything. So she wouldn't know what it was, obviously, or who it was from until she figured out how to put it together. And a couple hours later, after she received it, I get a text message with a photo of the puzzle all put together, followed by a bunch of heart emojis. So needless to say, it was quite the hit, and she thanked me in many ways when we were finally together. So it turned out to be a really good idea. Was it a little sappy? Probably, but you know, I don't give gifts out very often. So when I do give a girl gifts, it means something. It's special, and there's a lot of meaning behind it because I do it so rarely, and when I do it, I put a lot of creativity and thought behind it. So you want to keep your gift giving and your fancy dates far and few between, and outside of those gift giving holidays, you want to give gifts when they're least expected, and you want to put some thought into them. And whatever you do, and this is very important, do not give your girl gifts or spend a lot of money on dates with her before you sleep with her. Because this is just going to give her the impression that she has you wrapped around her finger, and she's going to be holding out on sex for much longer. You're going to be communicating that I can make this guy wait. And obviously, no guy wants to wait too long for sex. So that's something to think about. So if you guys have found this video helpful, or any of my videos helpful, I would really appreciate a thumbs up, and for you to share it with any of your friends and family. And I would also really appreciate you hitting the subscribe button down below and tick that little bell symbol next to it so you get real-time notifications of when I upload new videos. And in the description down below, not only will I have a link to both my contact page and my coaching page, and a link to some recommended readings, some great books that will help you expand your knowledge on all of this. But I also have a link to PayPal if you deem this video worthy of a donation. So that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.